Have you ever thought you could find a single coin in your pocket worth more than your car? What if I told you that a simple 1964 penny, yes, you heard that right, could potentially be worth $841,000? No, this isn't some rare fantasy, it's reality. Stick around as we unveil the truth behind one of the most extraordinary pennies in the world. By the end of this video, you'll understand how you might be sitting on a fortune. Let's start with the basics, the 1964 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. At first glance, it's just another penny. But here's the twist, it's incredibly rare, and not in the way you might think. In 1964, the US Mint was transitioning from the old wheatback design to the new memorial design. But during that year, a very limited number of pennies were struck without a mint mark. These coins should have had the D for Denver or S for San Francisco, but some slipped through the cracks without any mint mark at all. Can you imagine the excitement of holding one of these? If you've got one in your collection, or maybe you've got a random 1964 penny lying around, it's worth a close look. That small, overlooked coin could be worth far more than the value stamped on it. Now, let's dive into the numbers, because this is where things get interesting. The 1964 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny, if it's in pristine condition, has been known to fetch a staggering $841,000 in the current market. That's right, over $800,000 for a penny that most people would toss into a jar without a second thought. But here's where the fear creeps in. Imagine, just for a second, that you could have one of these rare pennies, but you don't know it. What if it's sitting in your drawer, unnoticed, all this time? Or worse yet, what if someone else already took it from your collection, leaving you with nothing but regret? Here's a pattern interrupt for you. This is the exact situation that many collectors find themselves in. The mistake of overlooking a rare coin can cost you a small fortune. It's easy to dismiss old pennies as worthless, but this rare 1964 penny proves that value can be hiding in plain sight. So, what do you need to look for? First, the absence of a mint mark. No D or S, just a plain penny. Second, the condition matters. A well-preserved, uncirculated penny can skyrocket in value compared to one that's been well-worn, but here's the million-dollar question: how do you know if you've got one? You don't want to risk it by assuming your penny is just like the rest. Every collector dreams of finding that rare piece, and with the 1964 Memorial No Mint Mark penny, that dream could become a reality. Here's the most exciting part: what happens if you do find that penny? Imagine the feeling of walking into a coin dealer's office or logging onto an auction site and seeing your 1964 penny listed for hundreds of thousands. It's not just about the money, though. It's about the freedom, the ability to live the life you've always dreamed of. Think about it, the doors that open when you suddenly come into a small fortune. You could pay off debts, buy that house you've always wanted, travel the world, or even retire early. Your life could change overnight, all thanks to that one rare penny that you had sitting in your collection. But there's one thing you need to remember: time is of the essence. The coin market is volatile, and values can fluctuate. If you've got a 1964 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny, the sooner you get it evaluated, the better. The longer you wait, the more opportunities you might miss. And here's the kicker: finding a rare coin isn't just about luck. It's about timing and awareness. People just like you are cashing in on their rare finds every day, and there's no reason why that can't be you. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. So, do you think you've got a 1964 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny lying around? Are you ready to turn that penny into a potential fortune? But here's the real twist: what if there's another penny out there, even rarer than the 1964, that could be worth even more? Make sure you stay tuned for the next video where we uncover the next big coin that could change your financial future forever. You won't want to miss it. This coin isn't just a relic from the past, it's an investment, an opportunity, and the key to your future wealth. If you have this coin, your life could be about to change forever. Stick with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'll show you exactly why this penny could be worth a staggering $838,000 or more. Stay tuned, because you'll want to know how to sell it for top dollar and unlock a lifestyle most people only dream about. In 1967, something rare happened in the world of coinage. something that most people missed entirely. It wasn't the year itself that made the coin special, but a rare variation that was struck without a mint mark. Now, let's pause and think about that for a second. Mint marks are crucial for identifying coins, so when a coin is produced without one, it sends shockwaves through the numismatic community. The 1967 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of the most sought-after pennies on the market, yet many people have no idea they might possess it. This is where things get really interesting. Most of us have heard the stories of coins worth thousands or even millions, but this penny, this seemingly innocent 1-cent piece, is a true gem. You've probably seen it before, maybe without giving it a second thought. But that penny in your drawer could be the one that changes everything. But what makes this penny so valuable? Why is it worth $838,000, and why are collectors and investors willing to pay that much for it? Let's dive deeper. The 1967 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny wasn't just produced without a mint mark, it's also a rare error coin. This means that there was a mistake during the minting process, making it unique and incredibly valuable to collectors. You see, while most Lincoln pennies have either a D, for Denver, or S, for San Francisco, mint mark, this particular penny was struck without any mint mark at all. Here's the thing, error coins are incredibly rare. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for these kinds of mistakes, because they carry the potential for huge returns. And the 1967 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is no exception. It's not just about the error, it's about the rarity, the history, and the potential for profit. Now, I know what you're thinking, how can a penny possibly be worth over $800,000? It's all about supply and demand. Only a small number of these coins were ever made, and even fewer are in good condition today. As a result, they've become a highly coveted piece in the world of numismatics. Think about this for a moment. You're holding a coin that could buy you a brand new car, pay off your mortgage, or take you on a luxurious vacation. Doesn't that sound like a life-changing opportunity? But wait, there's more. But how can you be sure your coin is the real deal? How can you tell if it's worth the millions people are paying for it? Let's find out in just a moment, but first, let me show you how to check your penny's authenticity. Now that you know just how valuable this penny can be, let's talk about how to identify if you have one of these rare coins. The first thing you'll need to do is examine the coin closely. Look at the absence of the mint mark. If it's missing from the reverse side of the coin, you might be in possession of something truly special. Next, check the condition. The better the condition of the coin, the more it will be worth. If your penny is in pristine condition, it could fetch even higher prices than the average $838,000 value. This is why proper storage and care of your coins is so important. Don't just throw it back in that old change jar. Keep it in a safe place, and consider having it professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service. But once you've confirmed that you have one of these rare coins, the next step is to sell it. And that's where the real excitement begins. There's a booming market for rare coins, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins like the 1967 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. But here's the thing, it's not just about listing it on eBay or hoping someone sees it. If you want to get the best price, you need to go to the right buyers, the ones who understand the true value of this coin. But here's the kicker, there's a limited window of time when you can sell these rare coins for top dollar. The market for rare coins fluctuates, and prices can dip or rise depending on demand. That means you need to act fast. Don't let your opportunity slip through your fingers. If you have one of these pennies, now is the time to sell. The resolution. Let's recap. The 1967 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is a rare, valuable coin worth up to $838,000, perhaps even more depending on its condition. If you have one of these coins, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The key to success is authenticity and finding the right buyer, but here's the reality, many of us have these rare coins without even realizing their worth. The question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Will you let that penny sit in a drawer, or will you take action and start your journey toward financial freedom? Now, you're probably wondering, what makes this penny so special? And more importantly, could you have one of these hidden treasures in your collection? In the next 10 minutes, we'll dive deep into the world of this rare 1971 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. We'll reveal how you can identify it, what makes it valuable, and how you can sell it for a fortune. Keep watching until the end, you won't believe what we're about to uncover. First things first, let's address the basics. The 1971 Memorial No Mint Mark penny is part of the Lincoln Cent series, but this one is different. In fact, it's a rare, near-mythical coin among collectors. You see, most of the pennies from this year were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and they typically have the D or S mint marks on them, indicating their origin. However, some of the 1971 pennies were struck without any mint mark at all, and that's where the magic happens. When it comes to coins like this, you have to understand the rare patterns that can set them apart. Mint marks are usually there to identify where the coin was made. But when that mark is mysteriously missing, it creates an aura of rarity that drives the value through the roof, and that's why this 1971 Memorial No Mint Mark penny is now valued at a staggering $831,000. That's right, nearly $1 million for a single penny. Imagine what that kind of money could do for your life. It could buy you the house of your dreams, take you on extravagant vacations, or give you the financial freedom you've always wanted. But here's the catch, finding one isn't easy. These rare coins are extremely hard to come by, and they're often mixed in with thousands of other pennies. So, how do you spot one? How can you separate your ordinary pennies from a fortune waiting to be found? Don't worry, you're not going to need a magnifying glass the size of a telescope, but there are a few simple tricks that can help you spot the difference. Ready to become a coin detective? Let's break it down. Step 1. Look closely at the coin's obverse, front, side. The 1971 Memorial penny without a mint mark will have no D or S beneath the date. It will appear perfectly plain and without any distinguishing mark. At first glance, it might look like a regular penny, but don't be fooled. This is the rare version that collectors will pay top dollar for. Step 2. Check the condition of the penny. A pristine 1971 Memorial No Mint Mark penny is highly sought after. The better the condition, the more it's worth. So, if you find one that's nearly flawless, you might be sitting on a goldmine. And step 3, do your research. The market for rare pennies fluctuates, but right now, this penny is fetching an impressive $831,000. If you come across one of these gems, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, get it appraised, and you could be on your way to a fortune. But here's where the story takes a turn. What if you've had one of these rare pennies all along, but you didn't know its true worth? You might be sitting on a pile of old coins, thinking they're worthless, while they're actually worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The truth is, you might be closer to your dreams than you think. But before you rush off to search your coin jar or dive into your collection, there's something important you need to know. Many people who found these rare coins have made some costly mistakes when selling them. In fact, a huge percentage of these pennies are sold for far less than they're actually worth. So, how do you sell yours without losing out on all that value? Here's the key. Selling a rare coin like the 1971 Memorial No Mint Mark penny requires careful attention to detail. You can't just take it to any dealer or auction house. You need to find someone who truly understands its worth, someone who specializes in high-value coins. This penny might be worth hundreds of thousands today, but tomorrow, it could be worth even more. The rare coin market is constantly evolving, and you could be in the right place at the right time to make a fortune. So, what will you do next? Will you let this opportunity slip by, or will you take the steps to find, verify, and sell your rare coin for a life-changing amount? The choice is yours, but one thing's for certain, rare coins like this don't stay hidden for long. We've all heard stories of coins worth a fortune. Some of us have even dreamed of finding a hidden gem buried in our own collections. But did you know that a single penny, a mere 1-cent piece, could bring in up to $827,000? Yes, you heard that right. The 1977 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world today. You may even have one of these valuable pennies tucked away in your home right now, sitting in your pocket change or tucked inside an old piggy bank. That I know what you're thinking. a penny worth that much? That's impossible. Well, stay with me, because the truth might just surprise you. Before we dive into the details, let's take a quick look at the history of this iconic penny. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has been in circulation since 1909, but it wasn't until 1977 that something unusual happened: a penny without a mint mark, produced right here in the USA. If you've ever looked at the back of your pennies, you've probably noticed a small letter, like a D or an S. That letter signifies which mint the coin came from. But what if there's no letter at all? That's where the 1977 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny comes in. 1977, a limited number of these memorial pennies were struck without the usual mint mark. Coin collectors, known for their sharp eyes and deep knowledge, immediately recognized the rarity of these pennies. But why was this such a big deal? Well, the absence of a mint mark means the coin was made in Philadelphia, but there was an unexpected mistake during the production process. This tiny flaw, the lack of a mint mark, has turned out to be one of the most desirable characteristics for collectors today. In the world of numismatics, rarity equals value, and when it comes to rare pennies, the 1977 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is considered the holy grail. These coins, in mint condition, can sell for as much as $827,000. That's right, over $800,000 for a coin that many people wouldn't give a second glance. Can you imagine what you could do with that kind of money? The dream of financial freedom is right within reach for those who own this rare penny, but here's the catch. Coins like these are incredibly hard to find. The value of the 1977 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny has been steadily rising, and the longer you wait, the fewer coins will be available on the market. People are waking up to the potential of these rare pennies, and if you don't act fast, you might miss your chance to get in on the action. But before you go rushing to your coin collection to search for this elusive penny, let's talk about how you can identify if you actually have one. This isn't just about checking every penny in your pocket change. There's a specific way to know if you're holding onto a coin worth a fortune. So, how do you know if you have a 1977 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny that's worth $827,000? The first thing to look for is the absence of the mint mark. If there's no D or S on the reverse side of the coin, you might be looking at one of these ultra-rare pennies. But don't get too excited just yet. It's not enough for the coin to be mint mark free, it also needs to be in near perfect condition. That means no scratches, no discoloration, and most importantly, no wear or tear. Now, if you think this sounds too good to be true, think again. People just like you have already found their coins and sold them for life-changing amounts of money. Some have used their profits to start new businesses, retire early, or even buy their dream homes. You could be the next one to cash in on this rare opportunity, but you've got to act quickly. There's no time to waste. You might be wondering how to get your hands on one of these rare pennies if you don't have it already. Well, the truth is that some of these coins are still out there, hiding in plain sight. Maybe it's time to search through your collection or head to a coin dealer who specializes in rare finds. But remember, these pennies don't just show up every day, so if you come across one, you'll need to act fast. And let's be real, how many times have you tossed a penny into your couch cushions, thinking it wasn't worth a thing? Well, the next time you do, make sure you're not throwing away your ticket to a fortune. We've only scratched the surface of what makes the 1977 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln penny so valuable, and I know you're itching to learn more. But to really unlock its full potential, there's a lot more you need to know about identifying and selling these rare pennies. In the next video, I'll walk you through the exact steps to ensure you're not leaving money on the table. So, don't miss out, subscribe, and let's dive deeper into this incredible world of rare coins together. Yes, millions. That's right. What once seemed like pocket change, could actually be the ticket to living a life of luxury. Stay with me, because this could change everything for you. Let's set the stage. It's 1979. The world is changing, but not everyone realizes that in the heart of the US Mint, something extraordinary is being created. A simple coin, a penny, but with a secret, a mistake that would make it one of the most sought-after coins in history. Now, you're probably thinking, a penny? Worth millions? How could that possibly be true? Well, it all comes down to a rare error in the minting process. And this penny is the lucky one. So, what makes this 1979 Memorial D Mint Mark Lincoln penny so unique? It's not just about rarity, it's about timing. The minting process in 1979 wasn't perfect. Small mistakes were made, and these imperfections made some pennies more valuable than others. While most were just regular pennies, a select few had an anomaly that made them stand out: the die mark. This tiny detail could turn a regular penny into a treasure worth up to $820,000 in today's market. It's easy to overlook a coin like this, right? But those who know how to spot the difference have turned these mistakes into fortunes. This rare 1979 Memorial D Mint Mark Lincoln penny is exactly what collectors are hunting for, and it's worth far more than you'd expect. Here's where the story gets really interesting. Imagine you've just discovered this penny in your own collection, or perhaps you've inherited it from a relative. What happens next? You have a choice to make. Hold on to it, or sell it and potentially change your financial future forever. But don't act too quickly. Patience could be the key here. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've probably got 100 of these pennies in a jar somewhere. Maybe I'm rich after all. Well, slow down. It's not that simple. This isn't just about finding any penny from 1979. It's about finding the right one, with the exact mint mark and imperfections that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. But here's the thing. You need to be able to identify these pennies, and that's where most people get it wrong. They either don't know what they're looking for or they sell too soon. Don't make that mistake. Take the time to learn the value of your coins, and you'll be in a much stronger position. Now, let's talk about what's at stake. With the market for rare coins at an all-time high, the window of opportunity is closing fast. People are getting rich off rare pennies, and some are even selling their collections for amounts you couldn't even imagine. And yet, this 1979 Memorial D Mint Mark Lincoln penny could be sitting in your collection, and you wouldn't even know it. But if you sell too soon, or worse, let it slip through your fingers, you might miss the chance to live a lifestyle most can only dream of. Think about that. A simple mistake could lead to a future of financial freedom. What if, just what if, the coin sitting at the bottom of your drawer is worth more than your car? What if you could cash it in for that dream vacation or a new house? The excitement is real, but the fear of missing out? That's even more real. And here's the best part, this is not some fantasy. It's happening right now. People just like you are waking up to the fact that they're holding coins worth up to $820,000. But don't wait too long. The market is volatile. There's no guarantee that the value will always stay this high. If you have a 1979 Memorial D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, it's time to act. But how do you sell? And when do you sell? That's the million-dollar question, and it could be the key to your financial future. So, here's the question you need to ask yourself: do you have what it takes to spot the value in what others might overlook? Are you ready to take action, to claim your share of this rare opportunity? Because if you wait too long, the chance might be gone forever. But I'm not going to leave you hanging. In the next few moments, I'll share exactly what you need to do to determine if your 1979 Memorial D Mint Mark Lincoln penny is worth millions and how to get it appraised by the right professionals. But first, let me ask you, what's the most expensive coin you've ever sold or bought? Take a second to think about it, and let's dive into the next part where I'll reveal the steps you need to follow if you want to sell your penny for top dollar. Because you don't want to miss this. Trust me. Are you holding on to a piece of American history that could change your life forever? A single penny. But not just any penny. Imagine finding a penny, worth a few cents, and realizing it's worth up to $817,000. What if I told you that it's not a fairy tale, it's reality? And it could be your reality. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you might be looking at your pennies with a whole new perspective. In 1985, a rare and mysterious penny was struck, one that would become a legend in the world of numismatics. The 1985 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent. Most of you might think, it's just a penny, nothing special. But what if I told you that this penny, this small piece of copper, could be worth more than your car, your vacation, or even a new house. What's the catch? No mint mark. And that missing mark could be the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and a penny worth millions. Are you still holding your breath, or are you reaching for your coin jar already? You're about to find out how to spot this rare gem and how it could be worth more than $817,000. The first thing you need to understand about the 1985 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent is this: scarcity equals value. The coin is elusive, and in the world of numismatics, elusive is everything. You see, when pennies are produced, most are marked with a mint mark to indicate where they were made: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in 1985, something happened that no one expected. A few pennies were released into circulation with no mint mark at all. These coins slipped through the cracks of the US Mint. Let that sink in for a second. These weren't just rare pennies. They were unintentionally scarce, and that's what makes them highly desirable to collectors. Now, how do you spot one of these treasures? Well, the most important thing to remember is the absence of a mint mark on the reverse side of the penny. But here's where the excitement really kicks in. Most people have no idea that their pennies might be worth so much. Do you have one in your collection? If not, maybe you should be looking through every penny you have. But the clock is ticking. These coins aren't exactly easy to come by, and finding one could be your chance at wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Hold on to that thought, because I'm about to show you exactly how much these coins are really worth, and trust me, it's a number you won't want to miss. The value of a 1985 Memorial No Mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent penny has skyrocketed over the years. Some of these coins have sold for as much as $817,000 at auctions. You heard me right, $817,000. That's nearly $1 million for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. Can you imagine what a penny worth $817,000 could do for your life? The exciting part: this isn't a once-in-a-lifetime find. With a sharp eye, patience, and the right knowledge, you can unlock these treasures, and here's where it gets even better. You don't need a ton of experience or a magnifying glass. You need the right resources, and in a minute, I'll tell you how to sell your pennies at the highest value possible. But here's the real kicker: these rare coins aren't just worth a lot of money, they could be the key to unlocking the wealthy lifestyle you've dreamed of. So what's holding you back? Now, imagine selling one of these rare pennies and walking away with a small fortune. Think about how you'd feel knowing you held on to that coin, waiting for the perfect moment. That's what life-changing wealth looks like. But remember, time is crucial. These coins are becoming harder to find every day. So, what's next for you? Are you ready to dive into your penny collection and uncover the treasure hidden within? Or will you let this chance slip away? Your journey to becoming one of the lucky few to cash in on a rare, valuable penny starts today. Take action now. Look at your coins. Start researching. Because while others wait for a lucky find, you can be one of the smart few who cashes in on the opportunities before them. Don't let fear of missing out hold you back. Now, before you brush this off as another one of those rare coins myths, let me tell you, it's real. In fact, if you happen to have one, you could be sitting on a goldmine without even realizing it. But here's the catch: if you don't know how to spot it, or if you wait too long, that fortune could slip right through your fingers. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how this coin became worth a small fortune, how you can tell if you have one, and why you need to act fast before this market opportunity vanishes. And don't worry, this isn't just about coins. This is about your future, your wealth, and how taking action today could change everything for you. Let's dive into the details. In 1992, the US Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies, but only a very rare few were struck with a critical flaw that makes them exceptionally valuable. This flaw is tied to the D mint mark, indicating that the penny was minted in Denver. But not all D mint marked pennies are created equal. Here's where it gets interesting: most of the 1992 D pennies are worth just 1 cent. However, a small percentage, a truly rare fraction, was struck with an error that makes them worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The error lies in the way the coin was produced. Instead of being struck with a regular die, it was struck with a die that had been worn down. The result? A coin with a unique look, and a market value that skyrocketed to $814,000. But how do you know if you have one of these rare pennies? It's all about the details. Pay attention to the fine details of your penny's design. If your penny has a unique, double-struck appearance or any unusual features, you might have one of these rare coins that it's not easy to spot, and that's why so many people overlook it. But for those who know what to look for, this penny could mean a life-changing amount of money. Now, I can hear you asking, how can something so small and seemingly insignificant be worth that much? It's a valid question, and the answer lies in the world of rare coin collecting and numismatics. Coins like these are highly sought after by collectors and investors who understand the history, rarity, and unique characteristics that make them so valuable, but don't get too comfortable just yet. There's still one more critical detail you need to know, and trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Here's the thing, time is ticking. The value of these rare coins is rising fast, but there's no telling how long it will last. Every day, collectors are snapping up these rare 1992 mint mark pennies, and if you wait too long to act, your chance to cash in could disappear. Let me put this into perspective. Imagine, for a moment, that you find this penny in your collection, and you decide to wait to sell it. You're putting off the opportunity to change your life. But if you act now, you could get top dollar while demand is still high. The longer you wait, the more likely the value will plateau or even dip. This is why timing is everything. But wait, I'm not done yet. Before you rush off to check your coin collection, let me offer you one final piece of advice. Even if you don't have the rare 1992 penny right now, there's still hope. The world of rare coins is constantly evolving. There are always new coins to look for, new opportunities to seize, and new ways to increase your wealth. And as we wrap up, I want you to remember one thing: your future wealth is right in front of you. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment, it's about recognizing the value in what's right under your nose. If you're serious about selling old and rare pennies and turning them into a lucrative lifestyle, now is the time to act. Don't wait until someone else beats you to the punch. But here's the catch. It's not just any penny. It's the rare 1993 Memorial Day Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, you may be thinking, how could a penny be worth that much? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this penny, and others like it, could be sitting in your collection right now, hiding in plain sight, waiting to be sold for millions of dollars. And hey, don't start tossing your piggy bank just yet. The next time you're digging through your drawer, it might not be a piece of lint you're finding, but the next rare treasure. Let's dive in. The 1993 Memorial Day Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just a coin. It's a rarity, a hidden gem that slipped past the eyes of most collectors and even casual coin enthusiasts. Why? Because in the world of coins, certain small details can make a world of difference in value. And in the case of this penny, a mintage error makes it far more than just another cent. The mint mark, a simple D, is the key to its rarity. But there's more. You see, this penny was produced during a time of transition in the US Mint, where the production process wasn't as precise as it is today. And this caused errors to slip through, unnoticed by the vast majority. One of those errors: an unpolished die, which resulted in a distinctive strike on some of the 1993 pennies. Now, these errors are rare, but not impossible to find. The ones that made it through unscathed, that didn't get caught up in the routine coin washing process, those are worth a fortune. To some, it might look like just another penny. But for those who know the market, it's worth a king's ransom. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The real question is, could you have one of these rare coins sitting in your collection right now? And how can you tell? Stick around, we'll get to that in just a minute. Now that I've got your attention, here's the million-dollar question. Or, should I say, $810,000 question. How do you know if you have one of these rare 1993 Memorial Day Mint Mark pennies? Well, first, you need to look at the details. That's where most people fail. They assume their coins are worth face value. But you know what they say, the devil is in the details. Start with the mint mark. Check the D. Is it clear, crisp, and sharp? Or is it blurry or off-center? That's your first clue. Next, look at the quality of the strike. Is the penny sharp and well-defined, or does it have a faint, worn appearance? A poorly struck coin from 1993 could mean big bucks, but here's the catch: these pennies are so rare that finding one could be a once-in-a-lifetime event. So, don't just sit there. Take action. Look through your coins, check your collections, and who knows, you might be sitting on a gold mine without even knowing it, but let me warn you. Time is of the essence. These rare pennies aren't just going to sit around waiting for you to find them. The market is hot, and prices are climbing. If you don't act quickly, someone else will swoop in and grab that life-changing coin. Now, let's talk about the market value. The 1993 Memorial Day Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is currently worth around $810,000. Yes, $810,000. That's more than many people will ever see in their lifetime. But let me ask you this: are you willing to let this opportunity slip by? You see, it's not just about the money, it's about the freedom that comes with it. It's about the lifestyle you can live once you cash in on this coin. Maybe you've been dreaming of financial freedom, or perhaps a new home, or traveling the world. This penny could be your ticket to the lifestyle you've always wanted. But what if I told you there are even more valuable pennies out there? Yes, that's right. This 1993 penny might be worth $810,000, but some pennies are worth even more, far more. In fact, there's a coin out there right now that has sold for more than $1 million. But what is it? Stay tuned, because in our next video, I'll reveal the most valuable penny ever sold and how you can spot it in your own collection. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Now, don't wait any longer. Look through your coins, check for those rare marks, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find that life-changing penny that could set you on a path to wealth and success. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more tips and stories that could make you rich.